She was here one day and gone the next. No goodbyes, no trace, just an empty space where a life once was. The investigation pointed to one person, a suspect hiding in plain sight. But with no body and no concrete proof, justice slipped through the cracks. The law may have declared her dead, but the truth, that remains buried. Come with us today as we uncover the mystery of Cassandra Gross, a case that should have been solved, a family still searching for answers, and a suspect who probably has those answers.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of Justice 4. We are your hosts.
I'm Jackie.
And I'm Sam. So, today's case happened to be submitted to us by a lovely person named Mick, who also happens to be related to Cassie, who we are going to be talking about today. Mick, it was so great chatting with you, and you and I had a couple of laughs. Like, we went full FBI together. It was really fun.
I love this. And especially with a family member.
Yes.
Yes.
But you are absolutely so wonderful, and I really hope I can do Cassie's story justice.
Is this our first family member submitted case?
Yes.
Oh, that's super exciting.
Yeah. We've had friends. We've had just, like, people in the community.
Or
this is our
just
first...
a random case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our first family member.
Oh, that's super awesome.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Cassandra Gross, she went by Cassie, was born on May 17th, 1966. She was born in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, which is a part of Pittsburgh metro area. I have to tell you about this place because of who I am as a person.
I already knew this was coming.
It's actually, like, really interesting.
Okay.
You're actually probably gonna find this super interesting. So, Latrobe had a population of 8,060 in the 2020 census.
Okay.
So, kind of small.
Kind of small, like, you know.
Nothing crazy. It was the birthplace to a few notable people, including Arnold Palmer.
All right.
And Fred Rogers, who is Mr. Rogers.
Yes. Okay. These are fun facts.
These are super fun facts. It also has the Latrobe Brewing Company, which is one of the largest breweries in the U.S. and was the maker of Rolling Rock before it was bought out by Anheuser-Busch in 2006.
Okay.
Latrobe is also known for being the city where the banana split was created. And they hold an annual festival in honor of it, the oh-so-popular dessert, every single year. I want to go to that.
All right, I want to go to the Banana Split Festival.
I want to go to a Banana Split Festival.
I love banana splits. Mm-hmm.
Last but not least, in my book, she knew this was coming from a picture. It is home to the St. Vincent College, where the amazing Pittsburgh Steelers hold their training camp every summer. Of course, I had to bring it up.
Yes, any chance she gets to bring the Steelers up in an episode, she will.
Yeah, and of course I didn't get to wear any Steelers stuff today, because I didn't bring it with me this morning.
For shame.
I know. It's okay, I still love you. Cassie was described as an amazing person that loved to be surrounded by her family. She would always host family Christmas, bingo nights, and I even saw a picture where they would have, like, cousin get-togethers.
Oh, I love that.
I know, it was precious. So you can definitely say she was absolutely loved by her family and vice versa. Unfortunately, she did have a brother that passed away. I believe it was from a drug overdose.
Okay.
But I could not find confirmation from it. Either way, she would post pictures of him and her together and just say how much she loved him and missed him.
How old were they?
I don't actually know the difference because I couldn't find a lot of information about him.
Like, do you know how old he was whenever he passed away, or no? Mm-mm. Okay.
No, he was definitely an adult, though, based off of the pictures that I have of him.
Sounds good.
An adult. Yeah. So, she was, of course, part of Steeler Nation. One more time. I had to. So, obviously, she was an extremely smart woman in my book.
In your book?
Oh, a lot of people's books, babe. She had a bunch of friends that she was super close with. All of the pictures I found of her or that were sent to me, she took my breath away.
I know, she's gorgeous. She was showing us pictures before the episode started, and Yeah, absolutely
Yes.
gorgeous.
She was so gorgeous. She had these gorgeous big blue eyes, blonde hair that was like always styled and like voluminous with her
Yes.
bangs. And let me tell you though, she had style. She had style. She was cool. Cassie had a master's degree and she was a single mom to one boy named Brandon. I couldn't find where Brandon's dad may have been, but that's neither here nor there for this story.
Okay.
But just wanted to let you know. However, Brandon got married in 2012 and ended up moving to North Carolina. Many people said that Cassie was actually very excited about his marriage and that he decided to move away from Pennsylvania. Like, I know it's hard to do for a kid, but she was really excited that he was moving on with his
That's
life.
like what you hope for your kids is like grow up and go live their own life and do whatever they want to do. So, good mom.
Yeah. The other thing I kept reading about also was her love for her dog. The dog's name was Baxter, and he was a Maltese mix. Sweet baby angel Baxter, unfortunately, was blind and he had diabetes.
Okay.
I know.
But he's adorable. He's a cute little white fluff ball.
So stinking cute. But obviously, Cassie gave him the best life, and I just know that dog was spoiled rotten.
Oh, yeah, definitely looks like it.
Based off those pictures.
Oh, yeah, that dog is like pure white, shiny, sparkly all the time.
So precious. Sweet baby angel. On April 7th of 2018, around 3:35 p.m., Cassie called her mother, Kathy, while she was on her way home from having lunch with a friend. She was driving her red Mitsubishi Outlander. I understand I don't normally go into deep detail on this, but just stick with me.
It's important.
Yes, it is. It was 2016, in case that's important.
So it's 2 years old, car that's 2 years old?
Correct.
Perfect.
I mean, yeah.
2, 3 years old. Okay.
Her and Kathy made plans to meet up the next day after work. Unfortunately, this is the last time anyone spoke to Cassie.
Okay. So her and her mom had planned up to meet the next day after work. Correct. All right.
Cassie worked for an engineering company called ABB, which is a very large company. I actually looked it up. They do like robotics, automotive type of engineering.
Okay.
Big company. She was an administrative assistant for them, which, good for you, girl.
Get it.
Yeah. During the day while she was at work, her dad would always come by to the house to let Baxter out and make sure he was just doing okay.
No.
I love it. I love this family dynamic.
Baxter's so loved.
He is. He's very loved. But on April 8th, he stopped by her house, as he always does. Her car was not there. Obviously, she's at work.
That's why he's there.
But Baxter wasn't there. He generally knows that Cassie wouldn't take him to work.
Yeah, because she's in an office.
Yeah. So he tried calling her to see if she knew where he was, but she didn't answer. So he didn't think much of it and just left, went home.
Okay.
Kathy also tried to get in touch with her since they were supposed to meet up, but she didn't answer again. So maybe she forgot, maybe she was out with friends. It happens.
Can't assume the worst every time someone doesn't answer your calls.
The issue, though, is that Cassie would call Kathy on her drive home every day.
Oh, so it's like me not calling my sister on the way home from work.
Precisely, yes.
All right.
But they didn't think much of it. They just moved on. Then the next day, her dad came over again. Again, no car. And Baxter wasn't at the house at all.
Are we getting a little suspicious now?
He tried to call her again, but with no luck. Now he started to get a little worried. So he called her job, and they told him that she hasn't shown up to work for the past 2 days.
All right, now we're definitely worried, right?
We are no longer worried. We are now panicked.
Okay, panicking.
We are
I
full-on panic.
I like the escalation that we're going.
Yeah. So the family calls up the cops.
Love this.
Like,
don't have to wait 24 hours. I mean, we've already been 48 hours, but
Precisely. Yep. At this point, also, the family started driving around and getting search parties together. Flyers were hung, a Facebook group was made, and they
we got to work quick.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Okay.
They even listed Baxter on a lost and found pet page on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's...
They put that out there.
Oh yeah, pet owner, I don't know why, but like, people will be so much faster to get out there and find a lost pet.
Oh, yeah.
Than they are to go and get a missing person at this point, because there's so many questions. Are they actually missing?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a very good move.
Yeah, so they instantly escalated this, which I love.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Weird. Weird how that happens. The next day, there was actually a post on the Lost and Found page that Baxter was found.
Okay, awesome.
He was found wandering alone, and he was not close to Cassie's house at all.
How far away was he?
I don't actually know, but I explain this a little bit.
Like, not close enough that it's weird. Like, too far for him to just kind of, like, gone on his own.
For a blind dog, also.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Okay, thank you for
blind.
Keep reminding me of that,
He's
because
blind.
I'm like, oh, yeah, no, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's also been 3 days.
Yes.
Since anyone has seen him. I go into it a little bit further.
Later on? Perfect.
Which will give a better timeline and...
Yeah. We just got to get through this to get to that for it to make sense. Yep. I've got you.
The moderator of the page he was actually posted to got in contact with the gal who found him. She confirmed it was him and went and picked him up as soon as possible, since Sweet Baby has been without his eye drops and medication for 3 days now.
Yeah, and he's got diabetes.
He got diabetes.
He got diabetes.
He got the diabetes. Poor guy was in rough shape, though, when she got him.
I bet. He is blind, he's got diabetes, and he's been on his own for 3 days. I'm sorry, we're not like, it's...
I'm really happy he was alive. That's all I'm
so happy
say.
He was alive, too.
Mm-hmm. He had some type of wound in his right eye, and it got an infection and had to be removed.
Oh, poor babies.
I know. I mean,
he's already blind. But, like, still, like, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. Finding Baxter was obviously such a great thing, but Cassie was still missing.
Yes.
The same day that Baxter was found, Cassie's car was also found.
Were they near each other?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was actually found by some train tracks in Twin Lakes Park, which is about a 15-20 minute drive away from Latrobe.
Is she new, like, is that an area she frequents? Is there hiking trails or anything over there? No? Cool.
I mean, there is hiking trails. There's actually 2 ponds there.
But, like, is she known to go there? No? Awesome.
Also, when it was found, it was on fire.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Should have led with that.
Well, you started asking questions.
I'm sorry.
It was burned so badly that the car was almost beyond recognition.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So clearly this was not an accident.
Yeah, clearly.
They also figured out it was her car because of the license plate.
Okay.
Which...
Was it, like, parked in a parking lot? Was it on the side of the road?
It was next to some train tracks.
Okay.
Not by road. I feel like I don't need to explain this, but she was not in the car.
I was going to ask that question next.
Great.
Did they check the trunk?
Yeah, I mean, I showed you a picture of it. It was like a sporty SUV. It didn't have that kind of trunk.
Okay,
situation. So, Baxter was found halfway between the train tracks and Cassie's home, if that explains anything.
Not really, but it's good to know.
Great. The park that the car was found in was also in a heavily wooded area as well.
Wow.
Do what you will with that information.
Apparently people didn't watch Smokey the Bear because that is gonna start a forest fire.
It's up to you.
No. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Despite exhaustive searches by law enforcement and volunteers, no trace of Cassie was found. Investigators were quick to classify her disappearance as suspicious, thank God,
obviously,
due to the burned vehicle, abandoned dog, and Cassie's family told police about a history she has with an ex-boyfriend.
Okay. That's a good place to start.
Mm-hmm. His name is Thomas Stanko.
Is that his serious last name?
Yep.
Stanko?
Stanko.
Oh, I'm going to have fun with that.
I know. While I was writing it, I accidentally kept typing Stinko.
Same.
Not gonna lie to you. As searches for Cassie continued, authorities turned their attention to Tom, who had a very known history of domestic violence and a hefty criminal record. Tim was reportedly the last person to see Cassie before she vanished.
This is after the lunch and phone call?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because she ended the call with Kathy, her mom, when she got home.
Got you.
And that's the last Kathy has spoken to her.
Okay.
So, There was also a source that Cassie has told Tom that she just wanted to be friends with him.
And how did Tom feel about this?
Well, let me tell you. Her mom, Kathy, even said that Cassie was scared of Tom. She wanted nothing to do with him anymore, but she was trying to get a protection order against him, but she was worried that getting that protection order was going to make things worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Well, why would she want a protection order, you may ask? Well, I guess Tom told her that he has a hit list and that if she didn't do what he wanted, she would be on it. And I'm not talking shit list here. I have plenty of shit list. I'm talking a hit list.
Because, everyone has one of those and tells people about them.
Yeah. Yep. There were also reports of him stalking her, calling her all the time, coming to her house, peeping into her windows, and ringing the doorbell incessantly to the point that she actually had a maintenance guy come by and disconnect it.
Was he just standing there ringing it or ding-dong ditching her?
No, he was sitting there just ringing it. Yeah. Neighbors actually called the cops and stuff because he would just stand outside trying to look through her windows. Also, yeah.
Creepy. Don't do that.
Yes. Kathy even said that one day when she was on the phone with Cassie on her drive home, like they did every day, Cassie said that Tom was following her and almost hit her. So, I kind of get...
Yeah, the protective order being needed. Was she... she didn't go get one because she was scared or she was in the process?
She was too scared.
Oh.
There's more.
Okay.
Actually, right now, I'm going to tell you about Tom's criminal history.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. In 1993, he was charged with shooting at a former state trooper's house and inside of the car in Latrobe. Yep. And then...
Super smart
guy. Then, in 1995, he pled guilty to retaliation and intimidation against a witness for the shooting of the state trooper. Oh, I feel like I need to say, he did not actually shoot the state trooper. He just shot his house and the car.
So he's dumb and has terrible aim.
Precisely. Because of this, though, the plea deal, he's been barred from owning or possessing firearms. He was also sentenced up to 29 months in prison and 4 years in probation for that.
Okay.
So, he seemed to be okay for a while. And then in September of 2015, he was charged with a simple assault and reckless endangerment when he confronted some people who were attending a midnight vigil at a cemetery across from his mom's house. Yeah. The victims, so the people at the cemetery, told the police that he pointed a big silver gun at them. He obviously denied this.
Because he's not allowed to have one.
Since he cannot possess firearms. There is clear evidence of assault, though, because he decided to punch the window of their car straight through, had cuts and blood all over his arm. Yeah. So police show up, of course, and they searched his car and they found a loaded 9mm handgun in the console of the car he was in.
Oh my, how?
There's more, girlfriend. Hold up. So, this specific case, he actually got an attorney and was able to negotiate a sentence between 11 to 23 months in prison with probation. He ended up serving only 9 months and then was given house arrest. So
okay.
I think it was like a work release thing because he was able to leave.
Yeah.
He also had a DUI. It was on probation for that at this time. Because of the DUI, he's supposed to be using an ignition interlock device in his car. If you do not know what that is, basically you have to blow into a machine basically for your car to be able to start, just to, prove you're sober.
Yeah.
Basically. That shit's crazy now.
So did he get the DUI after he was out on probation before this happened or before he went to jail the first time?
I'm going to say in between.
In between? Okay, cool.
So I don't have a date for the DUI.
We just like to give this guy a second chance after second chance after second chance, don't we?
pretty much.
Awesome.
I ain't done with this, though.
I figured you weren't. Keep going.
Yep. In July of 2017, on the last day of his house arrest, he went to, take his car in to get the interlock removed, and it was deliberately broken.
Oh.
Which, that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that.
Like, he broke it?
Deliberately broken. So he got in trouble for that. But the same night, there was an alleged attack on another man outside of a bar. It's reported that he was charged with simple assault for knocking out a bunch of the victim's teeth. Since then, he had been freed on a $500 unsecured bond.
He throws a mean punch between going clear through a car window and knocking out homeboy's teeth.
I wonder if he was like a boxer or something.
Yeah.
Apparently, Cassie was at the bar with him this night, and she was a witness to what happened.
Seeing Cassie's fear.
This plays a big part, and it is going to come up again.
Okay.
The police executed multiple search warrants at his properties.
Good.
They also brought cadaver dogs to his trailer, but no body was found.
Okay.
However, they did recover personal belongings of Cassie's, including partially destroyed items in a burn barrel. Why have I had so many burn barrel cases lately?
Why do men just go to burning things in a barrel, too?
According to court documents, though, he may have had a different girlfriend at this time, so I think he tried to play it off like he was burning her stuff to, get over her. Just another picture to burn, if you will. I knew you would like that.
I've been waiting on that.
That was so
I knew you would
well
like
placed.
that.
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I knew you would like that.
Okay, I guess... Yeah, she's missing, so I don't buy that.
Just a little tidbit that I have not inserted in yet, and I didn't have a good place to insert it, because I mentioned it already. Thomas and his mom live together. I've also said his mom's house and his house. It's one and the same.
Okay.
I'm also not sure who exactly it was registered under. I'm going to safely assume it was hers, and I'll explain why in a moment.
Okay.
They started searching the Unity Cemetery, which was right across the street from the home, and they searched a pond that was nearby as well. Unfortunately, no luck again in finding Cassie. Over the next couple of days, the police decided to arrest Tom due to some stuff that they found at his house. They found some crazy shit. All right. They found
So this is on a second search or the original search?
Original.
Okay.
Original search. Firstly, when they searched his home, they found guns.
Which he's not supposed to have.
Wow.
I am shocked.
They also found an ATV that when they looked it up, it was reported stolen in the 90s.
Oh, shit.
What? Okay. All right. And most of the guns were also stolen.
I'm shocked.
Same. So shocked.
So surprised.
So they booked him and they charged him with possession of stolen property and for violating probation with the guns.
Does he go to jail this time?
He is in jail.
Yay. Oh, God.
We love dumb criminals.
We do.
Yep.
We've already gone over why he's super dumb. What else makes him dumb?
Well, while he was being held in jail, he was having recorded phone conversations with his mother and new girlfriend.
Oh, I love it when they do this.
He was trying to use code words
Oh, God.
to tell them where he hid more guns. And he was also using other words like up yonder, up north, up there, up where the coon dogs are. And basically asking them to take a trip up yonder to make sure the place was secure.
Please tell me there's a place in Pennsylvania called Yonder.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
He also told his mom to make sure the property taxes were paid by cash or money order, quote, so as not to raise suspicion or alert law enforcement, end quote. Well, Thomas, your calls are recorded, and most cops are not that dumb. So, your cabin and storage unit were also found.
Oh, Lord.
And searched. And guess what? All of your guns were found too.
More guns?
More guns.
Were these ones stolen also?
Most of them, yeah.
Cool. Where is he stealing all these guns
I
from?
have no fucking idea. Hold your thought for a second.
I am. I'll hold it
your
all.
thought for a second. 27 guns was found in his home. 13 guns were found in his cabin. Oh, also the cabin was registered to his mother. Just want to throw that in there. 17 guns were found in his storage unit. So a total of 57 guns and a shit ton of ammo.
For funsies? Oh, I mean, I guess when you don't have to buy them, you can collect as many as you want.
Why do you need that many guns?
Because people call themselves enthusiasts.
You're also on probation, sir.
Yeah. Like, is this a, like, forbidden fruit for you?
Maybe. Yeah.
Keep in mind that just because the guns were stolen doesn't necessarily mean they were stolen by him. He could have been buying stolen guns.
Valid.
Yeah.
Regardless,
That makes total
it's not
sense.
good. He's not
No,
supposed to
it's
have
not at
guns.
all.
The police ultimately said there was at least one gun in every single room of the house.
Okay.
And with, I don't know how many rooms you have in your house, my guy, but there's probably more than one. And who knows how many they may not have found.
Yeah. Who are you scared of?
On May 16th, his mom brought $25,000 in cash to bond him out. But they were basically like, no.
I mean, how are you supposed to present bond? Is it a cashier's check? What are we wiring? How are you supposed to actually do that?
Also, where the hell did you get it?
Yeah, that's my question.
Where the hell did you get $25,000 in cash?
Maybe they were stealing the guns and selling
Maybe they
them.
sold more guns. Yeah.
Yeah, arms dealers maybe.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Basically, they're like, no, we're still holding him. He literally has a hearing in a week. No.
Valid.
At this hearing, which was on May 24th, the judge decided Tom was going to continue being held for the broken interlock, the guns, and the parole violation. But he did dismiss the charge of driving without a license.
Okay. That's fine.
He was set to be back in court on July 17th for the parole violation relating to the cemetery incident with that gun. The assistant DA requested that he should spend 5 to 10 years in jail just for that one. But his attorney basically said he shouldn't have gotten a plea deal in the first place, like with the original sentencing, because this is all for parole, right?
Yeah.
And then his attorney went on to say that he shouldn't be charged with anything for the bar fight either, since there was a written statement from Cassie where she stated that Tom was her boyfriend and he didn't throw the first punch.
But he still knocked out dude's teeth.
Yeah. So her mom, Kathy, argued that Cassie wrote that statement under duress from threats from Tom.
Valid.
Then the DA basically continued on with that, saying that the statement from Cassie went against the timeline of events that Tom had told them. So, okay. But then that's also when a motive was brought up for him getting rid of Cassie. She was telling him that she wasn't going to go and lie for him in court. So he got rid of her for it.
Yeah, perjury. That's a pretty good motive right there because he's looking at a whole lot.
Yeah. Like parole violation, assault. It could be a lot. And especially if the guy who he knocked his teeth out pressed further charges, it could be a lot.
Yeah.
More. I mean, still not as bad as, murder.
Yeah.
But okay, what do I know? Unfortunately, since searches have not provided any evidence at this time, they could not charge him for anything with Cassie. But now that he's back in jail, they handed him another 2 to 4 years for the cemetery incident on top of the 23-month sentence he already had.
Okay.
And was then going to have an additional 2 years of probation after release. At this time as well, he still needed to appear in court for violating the terms of his DUI probation.
How many,
way too much probation.
He's a revolving court door.
He is.
Right now.
Yeah, pretty much. He decided to appeal his charges multiple times.
Shocking.
Yeah, but nothing had ever been overturned.
Okay, good.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Let's get back to the investigation. I'm done talking about him. Yes.
Sounds great.
In June 2018, the police returned to the cemetery. They took rapid response services from Ohio, Westmoreland County Fire and Rescue, that's the county we're in,
Okay.
and 211 Rough Terrain Fire and Rescue. They were looking for any sign of Cassie being here. They told the media outlets that they had specific reasons to return to that location, obviously, but they couldn't tell anyone what those reasons were. I personally have a feeling that maybe they were waiting on permission from like family or loved ones to excavate like fresh dig sites to see if she happened to be buried with them.
Like in the cemetery?
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Do they really have to get permission from family members, or do they have to get permission from the cemetery?
I think they have to get permission from family.
Even with like a court order?
I don't know if they court ordered it. Because, I
Gotcha.
they don't have specific reason to be searching these.
It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
Got you.
So, out of respect,
Were any of the sites look like they had been freshly...
I mean, it's an active cemetery, so there's probably several fresh plots.
Oh, yeah, but...
That's just my theory. They did not give any reason why they went to search it, because they were not allowed to.
Got you. But they could also cross-reference, like, where they've recently buried, and either start with them first, or rule out, based on whether or not the
fresh dig
cemetery could tell if it was how they covered it back up, or how somebody else would have recovered it back up.
Yeah.
Because it'd be smart of him to use a fresh dig site anyway.
That was my thought. They did not explain anything, and they did not find anything.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of thinking about that the whole time with how much you were bringing up the cemetery and how...
Yeah. On July 20th, they are back at the cemetery searching for her again. At this time, though, Brandon, Cassie's son, put out a video pleading with the public for someone to come forward with any information. Within a week, the family was offering $10,000 for information that would lead to her whereabouts. Tom's mother also took a plea deal for conspiracy because she got charged with conspiring.
Okay.
But she didn't get any jail time.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in 2019, a judge declared Cassie legally dead, citing overwhelming evidence that she had been the victim of foul play.
I mean, that can be good and bad because that helps with if they want to move forward with charges against anyone, having her being legally declared dead and not having her body, that helps with that.
But with all the evidence I've told you, and then none of her bank accounts been touched, none of her 401k was touched.
Yeah.
Social media blacked out. Didn't have her phone, and her laptop was gone.
Okay.
They have nothing.
Were any of those things in his burn barrel?
Not that they could find.
Okay.
Despite this declaration, no arrests were made at the time, leaving Cassie's family in limbo, waiting for justice. For years, Tom remained the primary suspect, but authorities struggled to gather any evidence for an arrest. Finally, in October of 2022, more than 4 years after Cassie's disappearance, Thomas was charged with criminal homicide in her case.
What changed?
Prosecutors presented new evidence linking him to her disappearance and presumed murder. Investigators revealed that he made incriminating statements to multiple individuals while in jail, further strengthening the case against him.
Yeah, it's fun when they do this.
Yes. Cassandra's mother, Kathy, has been tireless in her efforts to find her daughter's remains and keep the case in the public eye. She has organized numerous search parties over the years, with volunteers combing through wooded areas and abandoned properties in the township. In September 2024, Kathy planned yet another search, focusing on an area near the cemetery, not far from the residence of Thomas. Unfortunately,
Quit using that word.
I have it a couple more times, I think. Unfortunately, this event was canceled due to it being on private property, and the owners of this property were not very nice and basically said that police already looked and that they would call 911 for trespassing.
I mean, I get it and I don't get it because they keep trying to search there and nothing's coming up, and now she wants to do it without police, so I get it, but also at the same time, just be cool and help.
Yeah. As of February of 2025.
Right now.
Well, when we recorded this.
Recording.
Tom remains in custody as legal proceedings unfold. Defense attorneys have challenged the admissibility of certain pieces of evidence, and a judge is expected to rule on whether the case will proceed with trial or not. Prosecutors remain confident that the case against him is strong despite the absence of Cassie's body. With that, she has still not been found.
What did they say what evidence they wanted to be withheld?
I found a lot of files and articles about this. Unfortunately, all search warrants have been sealed and the evidence is being held by the police.
Is that what they're wanting to not...
They're not releasing anything.
Okay, so they won't say what
I think
specific
they're holding
pieces...
all of it for trial.
Got you, but they're not saying what specific pieces of evidence they want withheld from trial? Well, I'm interested to know what they have without a body and to be so confident in this.
Me too.
It very much reminds me of Kelsey Schelling and how confident they were without having her body, and they got him. So,
yeah. I
have hope. We've watched
I feel
these
like
cases before.
We have a motive. There
Yes.
is evidence of her stuff at his house. Granted, there could be a case against that, unfortunately. Then just all the burning.
Which also can be explained with they put it. But I like the confidence that the state has in this without a body. And they're like, that's fine, whatever you guys want to do. We know we got this.
So as of right now, we don't have a date for trial. But as soon as we do, obviously we're going to let you know.
We'll be on it.
Interestingly enough, though, in 2018, when she went missing, when Gabby Petito went missing, Kathy actually made a statement and reached out to Gabby's parents, saying her heart's with them and she knows exactly how they feel. Like her...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there's an age difference, but that's still a mother missing her daughter. But Cassie's loved ones continue to fight for closure, hoping that one day they will finally lay her to rest and see justice served. Baxter, sweet Baxter, ended up living with the lady who ran the Lost and Found page.
Aw, why not with Cassie's dad?
I don't know. I don't actually
probably
know why.
Probably because they're old, and that's like a dog with like... It probably was like a lot. And they couldn't do it.
Yes, he was a lot.
Like medicines, and then the other eye coming out and all that stuff, and they're older, and so I can understand how it's easier for him to just go and like do a walk during the day.
So the lady, her name is Michelle. She actually had multiple disabled dogs, so I think she was used to taking care of disabled dogs, so that's why she was like, I'll keep him. She was also a friend of Cassie's.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Michelle, she said that one of her disabled dogs actually died 2 weeks after they found Baxter, and she believes that Baxter came to them to help them through that loss.
Aw, that's sweet.
Unfortunately,
is that not sweet?
Baxter ended up passing away from a tumor in May of 2020. While, they had to put him down, obviously. They made that awful decision. And during it, Michelle told him to go find his mama, who was waiting for him.
Aww.
I know, I'm going to cry about it.
That's so sad.
I know. Anyone with information on Cassie's disappearance is urged to call the Pennsylvania State Police at 724-832-3288. If you or anyone you know is suffering from domestic violence, help is available today. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7 and in over 200 languages. The number is 1-800-799 888-7233 or text BEGIN to 88788. Again, that's BEGIN, BEGIN, to 88788. Cassie was loved by so many people, and Mick had the sweetest things to say about her. And Mick was actually just a second cousin.
Okay.
So she was not super close, and she also said she was in college when Cassie disappeared, but she's reaching out. She's listening to podcasts. She's trying to keep Cassie's name out there, and I love that.
Yeah, we love that.
I absolutely love that.
And I'm glad that we could help with that as well.
Absolutely. And again, thank you so much for trusting us with her story, with your family's loss, and what you said about her, that you said that I can't think of her as dead.
I guess it is hard without having like an actual like closure on it or having her
Absolutely.
body. And so I feel that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that doesn't feel real unless you can see it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I did also reach out to the Find Cassie Gross Facebook page, and the only thing I feel like I can say about it, I know I reached out to you after it. I feel like maybe you guys feel like you've lost hope, and I hate that for you. I understand this is an awful time, an awful experience to be going through, and things do feel hopeless right now, but you gotta have a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta keep the hope alive that more information and more things will come out and that we can find her.
Yeah. And especially with a trial coming up soon. Now is the perfect time to have her name out there and
to really get people on it and about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm sorry you guys feel like there's nothing you can do. I get it, but we're here for you.
Yeah.
And if anything comes up, if you just want to tell me about Cassie, tell me if I got something wrong, if you just want to vent, baby, I'm here for you. Absolutely.
We're definitely here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm very interested to see how trial goes and what comes out. And yeah.
But that is the case of Cassie Gross.
Yeah. I'm really glad that Mickey decided to share her with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
She kind of reminded me of my mama a little bit when I was looking at her. And I just love that her family is keeping her alive. They're putting Facebook posts out there like, send me pictures of her. Like, they're really trying, and I love it. I do.
I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now is the time when we say if we think we got justice or not. But I think justice is loading.
I would agree. I think justice is loading right now. And trial's going to have a lot more to do with that. I do like that we finally have charges for him.
Yes.
We have a very confident prosecution. So I'm very excited to see where this goes.
Me too. Me too. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much again for listening to our episode today. I didn't cry.
Yay, we didn't cry. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been crying a lot, but I think I'm doing okay. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. If you want to submit a case to us, please head over to our website at justiceforpodcast.com. You can submit a case. All of our episodes are on there. You can find all of our socials as well and go like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz.
We also have resources on there, like the domestic violence hotline that you just talked about, along with a lot of other resources of that nature as well.
Yep.
Yeah, check out our website. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We're going to have a lot more stuff coming up there in the next few months. You guys, we have a lot coming up, and we're really excited to share it with you. So make sure you're following us everywhere.
Yes. Do you have anything further about Cassie? I'm sorry, I kind of skipped. We didn't discuss anything further. Do you have anything?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I felt like we discussed kind of like as we went through.
Yeah.
And a lot more is going to come out at trial. And
it better.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of hard with some cases before we get to trial because a lot of evidence is kept on lock until then. Yeah. So.
For good reason. But
yes, for very good reason. Especially like things like this podcast right here and YouTube and TikTok is the reason it all stays on lock all the time.
I'm nosy.
Yeah, because we all nosy. All of us. But you guys are listening because you also nosy.
Yep.
And we love you for it.
Yep.
So, yeah. Jury, let us know what you think about this. We're going to have the discussion post up, and we would love to hear your thoughts, what you think. If you are familiar with this case, do you have theories? Is there theories floating around town that we didn't mention in here? So,
do you guys think that Tom did it?
Do you think there's somebody that we don't even know about?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Or do you think
she's off living on an island somewhere?
I do not think that.
I also don't think she would have taken Baxter.
Yeah, she would have taken Baxter. Yeah, that's all I've got.
That's all I got.
See you next week.
Yes, we'll catch you guys next Tuesday for another full episode. And
She's losing it.
We'll see you guys next week. Okay, love you. Bye.